Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Uh,
Alaikum.
yes, so मुझे बता दीजिएगा कि मैं स्टार्ट कर दूं तो then
जी शुरू कर दीजिए आप।
ठीक ठीक और कितनी देर का करना है ये कंडक्शन, कितना कंडक्ट करना है?
मोर देन हाफ आवर कर लीजिए।
ठीक ठीक है इंशाल्लाह। तो आप स्लाइड से शुरू करेंगे तो विल ट्राई टू फॉलो द स्लाइड इंशाल्लाह। ठीक है,
या जस्ट
ठीक है।
the session will be in English line.
In English, yes. The session inshallah going to be in English. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam wa rasulullah. Please could you confirm me if you can hear me well? In case if there is some disruption, let me know on the chat. So I'll try to fix it. Hopefully the voice should be okay. So please, if you don't mind, yeah, okay, inshallah. Yeah, Jazakallah khair. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam wa rasulullah. This is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of you that you're going to perform Hajj, and you are few out of close to billion Muslims which are across the world. They're spreading, and you are out of few who are going to attend this year the Hajj. May Allah accept your Hajj, and may Allah accept all your rituals, and may you will be safely return back to your home, inshallah. Today we're going to discuss a part of the process of Hajj, how you're going to perform your Hajj, and some necessary steps that probably you have heard before, but we just in case that to revise it, to make sure that we all going to be equipped with the Sharia, how we're going to perform the Hajj and the necessary steps of Hajj. As we know, there are three kinds of
just 1 minute. I'm just sending the attendance link on the group of the Hisham. So please request to fill the attendance sheet.
Okay, so brothers and sisters, those who are attending the session, there is a link that has been shared as a form. We really appreciate if you can fill up the form. That's an attendance one. We need to comply with the Ministry of Hajj. So we appreciate for your cooperation in this regards. Just fill up the form and put your necessary information so it can be sent to the ministry, inshallah. Anything else, brother Yahya?
No, go ahead.
So I appreciate if you can just turn on the. They're gonna send you the form. Brother Yahya, did you share the link for form in the chat box, or you gonna send?
Just I'm sending it.
Okay, so he's gonna send you in few minutes. So in few moments you're gonna see in the chat box. Also, if you अगर आप slide को खोल दें तो फिर then I can see that slide.
Okay. Just you have to continue. I will be.
Okay, inshallah. So just to give you with that, generally, in Sharia we have three Hajj, Hajj Qiran, Hajj Tamattu, and Hajj Ifrat. People generally, those who come from within Saudi Arabia, they mostly perform Hajj Ifrat or Hajj Tamattu, and so as the other people that comes from different part of the world as well. So the difference is not too much. It's a straightforward process if we understand the sequence of performing the ritual. We're gonna go all detail, and I'm gonna follow the process of how to perform considering Hajj Tamattu. In Hajj Tamattu, when the Haji gonna be close to Miqat, or he gonna reach to Miqat, then he's gonna make an intention for Umrah, and then he will proceed to Haram to perform the Umrah itself. Most of the people who are living in Saudi Arabia, they are familiar with Hajj process, the Umrah process. So in Umrah, you need to perform 7 rounds across Haram, starting from Muqam Ibrahim, starting from the Hajr, the stone, black stone, and then you're gonna round anti-clockwise 7 rounds, 7 rounds to Haram. Once you finish the 7 rounds, your tawaf will be completed. Then the next thing you need to do is to pray to finish 2 rakah, which is nafil, and in some other school of thoughts this is wajib, on some it's sunnah. So you need to pray that sunnah behind Maqam Ibrahim, but it's not necessary that you're gonna perform Maqam Ibrahim. You can pray wherever you want to make sure that you do not make a congestion in that area. So once you finish those 2 rakah, then you need to go to perform sa'i, starting from Safa to end with Marwa, and then you ended up having 7. Again you're gonna go from Safa to Marwa, Marwa to Safa, and then finally after 7th round you reach to Marwa and ended your Umrah. Once you finish your Umrah, the next thing in tamattu is that you need to remove your ihram. So it means that you need to halaq yourself or you need to halal yourself. You're gonna cut your hair or trim your hairs at least 1.5 inch to make sure that you properly became halal. So as the sisters who are gonna perform the Umrah, they're gonna cut also their hair from the bottom close to 1.5 inch. Once you finish the Umrah, in tamattu, you are finished one part of this process. So now you can remove ihram and you can live as a normal individual in Mecca itself, and then you will have, now once you finish then the Umrah, you have options. You can either wear the ihram of Hajj within the Mecca itself, or you can proceed in your normal clothes and you can reach to Mina and then make an ihram over there as well before Dhuhr. You can, before Dhuhr, why we are saying that you need to, Rasulullah prayed 5 prayers in Mina itself. So once you finish your Umrah, you cut your hair, you become a normal individual, and you can change your clothes. You can be living in Mecca. If you're going for a couple of days before, you can live in Mecca as a normal individual. And once the Hajj time is started, like 8th of Zul Hajj or 7th of night, where you need to go to your camp, you can wear the ihram from the Mecca itself, or you can wear the ihram and make niyyah of intention of Hajj now in Mina itself. Okay, once you start, now this is the time which is generally 8th of Zul Hajj, your 8th of Zul Hajj, where your actual Hajj process will start. So on 8th, most of the Hujjaj are gonna reach in Mina, and then they're gonna pray Fajr. They're gonna pray Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and then and 9th Fajr in Mecca, in Mina itself. And you will see, and your whole 4 or 5 days process of Hajj, you will keep roaming around Mina itself. So most of your stay in this entire journey of Hajj will be remain in Mina. So on 8th, most of the Hujjaj Karam will reach, whether they are Tamattu performing, whether they are performing Ifrat, or whether they are performing Qiran. Most of them gonna be reach in Mina itself before close to Zuhr, and they're gonna pray 5 prayers: Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and then the next Fajr. But generally there are restrictions from the ministry itself. So sometimes the operators will tell you to leave to Arafah in the night itself. In that case, you should follow your group, what the group leader is saying, and you can leave it to Arafah itself on 9th early morning. Once you reach to Arafah, your actual time of Arafah will start from the Dhuhr Adhan, when the khutbah will start, and until the sunset. That's the core day of Hajj, because that's the day that, that if somebody is completed, his major part of the Hajj has been finished. So the Yawm al-Arafah is the core of Hajj. So all the Hujjaj Karam will gonna reach, inshallah, in Arafah right after close to Dhuhr, and they will pray Dhuhr and Asr, and they're not gonna pray Maghrib and Isha in Arafah itself. This is the day, brothers and sisters, it's important to you. It's gonna be very hot. I mean, there are some warnings given by the ministries as well. It is important that we need to be careful with this heat waves, and we need to follow what our group leaders are saying, as they has been rightly instructed by the ministry itself, when they have to leave and when they don't have to leave. So it is advice to you all. It's better to stay within your camp itself and do all your ritual within your camp itself, rather than you will head towards Masjid al-Nimra or Jabal Rahma itself, because it's going to be very hot. Plus, you will spend all your energy going there, and then once you will come back, you may either lose your energy, because there are a lot of things that you need to do in the next couple of 4 days of Hajj, at least the 3 days of Hajj. So again, we coming back, for Hajj Tamattu, you finished your Umrah, you cut your hair, you become a normal individual, and then you make an intention from Mecca, or you reach to Mina and make an intention for Hajj. Then you stay in Mina, and then the next day you reach to Arafah. Arafah, you will pray Dhuhr and Asr, and then till sunset you will remain in Arafah. And after sunset, when your group leader will tell you to move, you will move to Muzdalifah, and then you're going to spend the night in Muzdalifah praying Isha and Maghrib and Isha together over there. In Muzdalifah, you're going to spend the night, and then in the morning after praying the Fajr, you will going to leave to do the Jamrah. Now, some of the people, they may gonna come to their camp, and they may allow you to leave after some time, because it depends on the time when they're gonna give and what the instruction gonna come from the government itself. So the Muzdalifah, once you spend the night in Muzdalifah, the next step is that you need to do the stoning. And the stoning on the first day, which is going to be the 8th day, will be on the last of Jamrah, which is closer to Mecca, far from Mina. So if you are coming from Mina itself, it's going to be closer to Mecca. So you're going to leave the first one, you're going to leave the second one, the third one, the last one, bigger Jamrah. You're going to throw the stoning on the 7th, on 7 stoning. Once you finish the stoning, then you're gonna do the slaughtering. After slaughtering, you are allowed to cut your hair and or do the halaq, and the sisters are allowed to cut their hairs again 1.5 inch, close to 1.5 inch, to make sure that they are properly halal. And after that, they're going to take their bath, and they are allowed to change their clothes. They can put the perfume on their bodies. They can do whatever they want, except one restriction remain, which is husband and wife relationship. Then the Haji, what he will do, he has to perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah. So from Mina itself, he will proceed to Tawaf al-Ziyarah. He's going to go on 10th to perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah. He can do on 10th, he can do on 11th, he can do on 12th also. So whichever time is preferable to you, take on your choice and follow what your group leaders and whoever is basically informing you. So you need to perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah. After Tawaf al-Ziyarah or Tawaf al-Ifada, you will perform again 2 rakah, and then you will do the Sa'i of Hajj. And then you will come back to Mina, spend the night in Mina. Then on the next day, the second day of stoning, which is going to be Jamrat time, is going to start as soon as you hear the Dhuhr adhan. So from Dhuhr till end of the night, the whole, close to after even sunset also, you can throw the stones. The second day will be, the stoning time will be on after as soon as you hear the adhan of Dhuhr. The first day was after Fajr, but the second day or the third day will be after Dhuhr itself. So on second day, the Haji has to throw the 7 stone on the first Jamrah, then the second stone, 7 stones on the second Jamrah, and the third one again, 7 stones respectively. Once he finished, then he's going to turn back again to Mina itself, and he's going to spend the time, he's going to spend the night in Mina itself. Then on 12th, again, he has the stoning after Dhuhr, and then he will throw the stone on the first Jamrah, then 7, then the second 7 stone again on the second Jamrah, then third stone on the third Jamrah. And then the last thing will be Tawaf al-Wida. So Tawaf al-Wida can be performed whenever whenever he is about to leave. If he's going to leave on 13th, then he can delay Tawaf al-Wida. If he's going to leave on 12th, then he has to do the Tawaf al-Wida itself on 12th. If he's going to leave after 1 week, then he can delay that Tawaf al-Wida. So this is an entire process of performing the Hajj Tamattu. Now, let's talk about Hajj Ifrat. In Hajj Ifrat, when the Haji comes, most of the people who are living close to Haram or in Jeddah, or they are coming even from outside of Miqat, if they are performing Tawaf Hajj Ifrat, then they make an intention of Hajj only. So their only intention will be performing Hajj. In Tamattu, we have an intention for Umrah, and then we made an intention for Hajj. In Ifrat, we need to make an intention only for Hajj. So in that case, the Haji, the pilgrim, has two options. Either he can proceed to Mina directly, or he can go to Haram and make a Tawaf, which some people, they call it Tawaf Qudum, and it's optional. If he can skip that as well. It's not mandatory. So there are two options for Haji. Either he can go to Haram, perform Tawaf Qudum, or the first Tawaf, which is Nafil. And then after performing Tawaf, he can pray 2 rakah, and then he proceed to Mina. Or the second option is he can directly go to Mina itself without going to Tawaf Qudum. If he's gonna reach to Mina directly, then he has to stay in Mina, or the people who are going to Mecca and perform Tawaf, after performing Tawaf, they will come to Mina itself. Then the entire process of Hajj will start. The individual will stay in Mina on 8th. He will pray Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and then the next Fajr. As I told you before also, some of the operators, based on their instruction given by the timing given by the government, they may leave early morning before Fajr. If they are leaving before Fajr, then follow the group, so that you're not going to be distracted, or you're not going to be looking for the camp itself and the locations. In that case only you will miss one sunnah, but there is no penalty on that particular reason if you skip that 5 prayers in Mina itself. So if the operator moves early morning on 9th, you move with them. If they're going to take you after Fajr, it's khair wa barakah, it's upon how they're going to move. Then on 9th, you will reach to Arafah. Then once you will be, you're going to stay in Arafah from Dhuhr till sunset, and you're going to pray Dhuhr and Asr. You're not going to pray Maghrib and Isha in Arafah. In Arafah, today the Maghrib and Isha has to be prayed in Muzdalifah itself. So again, you're gonna stay the whole day in Arafah, starting from Dhuhr till end of sunset. This is the day of your life. This is the time of your life, and that's the time. Pray as much as you can for yourself, for your family, for your everybody, for Ummah, to make sure that Allah, this is the time. This is the core of the day of Hajj. So you have nothing to do other than asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and keep making dua from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once the sun set, then your operator is going to take you to Muzdalifah, and you're going to spend over the night in Muzdalifah. Once the night has been spent, you're going to pray Fajr there, and then after Fajr, you're going to move forward. Based on your timings, you're going to move forward to either go to camp, or you're going to go to throw the stones. Once you're going to throw the stone, again, since it's the Eid day, the first stoning going to be on last Jamrah, which is closer to Mecca, far from Mina. You're going to throw 7 stones. In Arafah, there is no restriction for slaughtering, so there is no slaughtering. So after throwing the stone, you can halal yourself, you can cut your hairs, you can cut the hairs, and then after that you can take the bath. You are out now from all the restrictions of Hajj. And once you finish the Hajj restriction, only one restriction is remaining, that is between the husband and wife relationship. Now the next thing is you need to do Tawaf Ifada or Tawaf Ziyarah. Which I have explained, that Tawaf Ziyarah can be done from 10th, 11th, 12th. You can do any time whenever you want, based on your flexibility and whenever the operator or your groups will move. After stoning, again on 10th, you throw the stone on the last Jamra. You didn't, since there is no sacrifice in Ifrat, you will cut your hair, then you will come out from Ihram, then you're going to do Tawaf Ifada. After Tawaf Ifada, you will perform 2 Nafila, the prayers, and then you're going to do the Sa'i. And once the Sa'i is finished, then those people who going to be close to Mecca itself, or in Jeddah, for them there is no tawaf, tawaf wida. Then they can proceed back to their home after the third day of Rami. Now, once you perform tawaf ifada and perform sa'i, then you're gonna come back again to Mina, spend the night in Mina. And the second day, which is the second day of stoning, you're gonna throw the stone after Dhuhr Adhan. And then on the second day, you're gonna throw 21 stones, 7 on each Jamrah, respectively. You're gonna start with the first one, then you're gonna second, then you're gonna be third. And after that, you're gonna come back to Mina itself. Then on the second, third day, again after Dhuhr, you're gonna throw the stones. First on the again 7 stones respectively. And finally, you're gonna end up with if those people who are living outside of Miqat, they're gonna perform their Tawaf Wida, depending when they are leaving. And those who are living close to Makkah and close to the nearby, then for them there is an exception for Tawaf Wida. This is a small description about the Hajj. Brother Yahya, do you need anything further to explain, or that's enough?
It's enough.
Yeah. So, yeah, shall I take some questions if you want, or no need?
Yeah, better to take questions.
Yes. So if anybody has any questions, which I am aware
first
of.
thing we have to show the questions that regarding from minister, that
yes,
what is the time of stoning Jamrat al-Aqaba.
Yeah.
So I requested to do it.
So let's talk about the first day of Jamr al-Aqaba, the stoning time. If you look the stoning time, you can see. Can you go up? दूसरी slide पे चले जाएंगे ताकि नजर आ जाए. So what is the stoning time at Jamr al-Aqaba?
We have to ask the people, so
yes,
they answer the question.
Okay.
So
anybody can answer what is the time for Jamr al-Aqaba, the first day when you're gonna throw the stone. What's the time? I already explained, but anybody can answer this question. One answer. Yes, you're right. You can do after Fajr till the end of the day. Even there is an exception given. Even if there is a sunset, you can even throw the stone after sunset as well. So the whole day is for you. Don't rush yourself in the heat. It is better to stay in your camp or and relax. And then when the time will come, then the sunset, the temperature reduce, go and perform the stoning. So this is the first one. As I explained, the first day will start from Fajr. The best time is after Shuruq. But from Shuruq till end of the day, you can throw whenever you want. Okay, especially those who have families. There is an advice that take your time. There is no need to be in a hurry. It is better to stay calm, relax in your camp, stay in ihram. There is no problem. You will see after Asr Maghrib, the temperature will be reduced, and you can throw the stone very easily. Okay, so now
I have another question there.
What is the day of Arafah and what is the virtue? So this is the second question.
I will open. Please, if there is anyone trying to give the answer, I requested to raise the hand. We will.
So if anybody need to, please, this is a question. Could you please, if anybody want to answer, he can raise his hand, and we will unmute him, and he can answer this question. So the question is very simple: what's the day of Arafah and what's its virtue? Yes, Amina Abdullah, Jazakallah khair for your answer. Yes, your answer is correct. Is 9th of Zilhajj is the day of Arafah. And what is the virtues? What is the virtue? Could you tell me what's the virtue for it?
Dr. Hamza need to give.
Thank you, both of you guys, mashallah. May Allah give you barakah for all of this. I just wanted to mention one question from both of you, and especially Mufti Yahya here. You guys are doing a very good interactive session, especially regarding the day of Arafah. Two or three things. Like number one, when we are talking about Jama'ah, like Zohar and Asr, we have to do it together. And it's said that if you do it with the nowadays that in Masjid Nimra, the Imam, he even though he's a local, but he does the qasr. So it's better to do it on your own. And if you do it on your own,
Regarding this,
I think
Hamza,
we're gonna discuss this, but let focus, doctor, if you can answer this question. So we will try to avoid the confusion because this question has to be answered by given by the ministry. So we have to answer this question
okay.
in
So the
anybody
day
who
of
is not.
Arafah
We will
basically
be
is
having
where
a question
you.
and answer session in the end, inshallah.
Yes.
Okay, so day of Arafah is basically where you perform that. Once you reach over there, you have to perform all the duas that you can do the whole day long just before Maghrib, and you have to perform prayers of Zohar and Asr together. So basically, whatever you can pray, you pray that because that's the day of that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfills all your wishes and duas.
Yes. Jazakallah khair. So the day of Arafah, as Rasulullah said that Al-Hajj Yawm al-Arafah. So the Yawm al-Arafah is the core of Hajj. Okay, so if somebody stay in Arafah, then he is done actually his part of Hajj. The only thing that is remaining is Tawaf al-Ziyarah, which is after the Hajj. So the second thing is what a virtue we all know that Rasulullah said that if your Hajj is accepted, then there is no the return from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is nothing other than Jannah. So the third thing is that what we need to do is over there, Allah has shortened, for us, we just have to make sure that we will make dua as much as we can, Um, uh, Sheikh Yahya, do we have any further questions? Anything?
right now there is no, but you can
Okay.
proceed with the further.
Okay, so there is one sister asked a question that there is no restriction on women's to wear any specific dress. Okay, so she can wear whatever she want as long as it's compliant with the Sharia. So and I think we expect that the people were aware of was the ruling of Sharia for women as a dress. So that she can wear whatever she want as long as it's compliant with the Sharia rulings.
There's one question that regarding that. What is it, Tawaf al-Qudum?
Tawaf al-Qudum is basically an optional Hajj, an optional Tawaf when a Haji reach to either if he's performing Qiran or if he's performing Ifrad. In Ifrad, the first Tawaf that performs before the Hajj, that called Tawaf Qudum, and it's optional. So I explained before earlier as well that when the Haji is performing, if he's performing if he's performing Hajj Ifrad, then he has two options. Either he can go directly to Mina or he can proceed to Haram and perform a Nafil Tawaf. This Nafil Tawaf in the books they called it Tawaf Qudum. Okay. And if somebody has performed Tawaf Qudum, then he can perform the Hajj of the Sa'i of Hajj before as well. Similarly, if he is a Qarin, if he is performing Quran, then he can perform the Tawaf, and after that he can perform the Sa'i as well. So in any condition, Tawaf Qudum is not mandatory. But keep in mind that the Sa'i can be only done associated with Tawaf. Sa'i cannot be done alone without Tawaf itself. So if somebody cannot say that I can do the Sa'i of Hajj before Hajj without performing the Tawaf. So if you need to perform Sa'i has to associate with Tawaf itself. Yeah, so any further question? So what does the talbiyah and when does the talbiyah end during Hajj? Can anybody answer this question when the talbiyah will end during Hajj? When your talbiyah labbaik Allahumma labbaik innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk, when this gonna end? If anybody wanna answer this, Yeah, so yes, so Jazakallah khair, brother Abdul Rahman. Yes, the day you're gonna throw the first day on Jamra, as the point you're going to throw the first stone, that time you're going to stop the talbiyah itself, and then your talbiyah will stop. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we are going to Hajj from Riyadh, and we will be in Jeddah on 7th of Rajab. Our operator will take us to Mecca from Jeddah, gathering point. After doing the Umrah, they will take us to Mina, in which case, which I think, brother, it's upon you guys, how you want to perform. Keep in mind that how you gonna be, Hajj is a journey, okay? Keep in mind that it's a long journey where you're gonna start make sure that you keep your energy. What happened that initially people, they are very enthusiastic with the energy, but the day when the Mina, the Mina, and then the next day Arafah, and the next day, in the night, whole night in Muzdalifah, then stoning, then the Haji become weak itself, and then and Haji thought that once the sacrifice has done, he come out from Haram, he feel that Hajj is finished. No, there's a long journey still remaining. You need to throw at least 3 days. Then after that, you need to do the Tawaf Ziyarah, then Sa'i, then Tawaf Wida. So a lot of energy required. So now you need to make sure that which Hajj would be preferable for you based on your health, based on your conditions, and can you sustain in these conditions. If you can go for Tamattu, it is better for go for Tamattu, because in that case you will perform the entire Umrah, and then you will make an intention for Hajj and perform Hajj. Eventually, the Ajr is more. But if somebody doesn't have it, if he's a diabetic, if he has some problems, he cannot walk that much, so that in that case, he has to look into his situation, that what he has to do. If his Hajj is affecting, then he can perform Tawaf Hajj Ifrat. Then he directly go to Mina and look at the core Hajj, which is actually the core days start on 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So it's all depends on what situation you are in. It's hard to tell somebody based on not understanding your situation, how you want to move forward. But just keep in mind that in Hajj, it is important that Hajj rituals are important than all the optional things. So we need to understand what are optional, what are sunnah, what is fard, what is wajib, and then decide where we need to go. People, sometime when the next day comes, they won't be able to stone, then they try to find out a wali. Then they go to the ulama refer to them, what capability you have it, can you do it? So some of the ulama say you have to do it if you are fairly healthy enough. So we need to keep our energy, keep us for the entire journey of Hajj, rather than, we look into some initially very enthusiastic and then we looking for some options to complete. So that's important. Is there a time limit to stay in Mina after stoning on 12th? You need to leave, once the 12th stoning is finished, then you basically, it is better if you leave it, close to before the sunset. But still there is a time available. You can leave even before the morning, Subah Sadiq we called it. Okay, what is Tawaf Qudum? There is no Sa'i. I already explained Tawaf Qudum. Can we do Tawaf Ziyarah in normal clothes? Tawaf Ziyarah, or Tawaf Idara, Tawaf Ifada generally has to perform in normal clothes, other than some specific conditions. If somebody doesn't have time and he rushed towards, then he can perform in Ihram itself. But generally, once you do the throw the stone on the first day, the next thing will be your sacrifice. Then you will do your halaq, and then you will clean yourself and change your clothes, and then the next step will be tawaf ifada or tawaf ziyarah. Okay. I'm going to perform Hajj Ifrad, and I have to perform Tawaf Qudum and Sail Zil Hajj. So I have to wear 7th. Yes, if you are performing Ifrad and you're going to make an intention on Ifrad on 7th, then this Ihram will continue till end of till you throw the first stone, and then you shave your head. So it's gonna be there. Yeah, I mean, this is for Quran, every violation penalty. This again, you refer to the ulamas who are going to be next to you during this session, during Hajj. asked this question about Quran penalty, how you're going to be, because in Quran, generally you will perform, it's a difficult Hajj because you're going to be starting from your Hajj. You're going to keep your intention for Quran, and then you will be ended up at the end. So it's important that you refer to the ulamas. I think there was some sessions that has been conducted already by the group. So refer to the Sheikh that they explained you what's the penalty on Quran. Yes.
Regarding if someone want to ask anything regarding any masail or anything, I'm just sharing the screen for numbers for the masail. So they can, if they are speaking in Urdu, they can contact Mufti Karamullah, and the number has been also given. Regarding any other thing like services or another thing, you can contact me or the brother Salman for further details.
Yes.
For the masail, they can contact Mufti Karamullah.
Yeah, so now we have three, you can see three numbers on the screen itself. Take a snapshot for these screens. For the Sharia Masail, for rulings for Sharia, Mufti Ikramullah going to be there. So we would, it is in, you can ask this question from them directly. And the two in the bottom, Mufti Yahya and Brother Salman is going to be there also to refer to the Hajj related issues and logistics and issues. So please, Mufti Yahya, you can so keep these numbers with you. And for any related, I'm sure that some of the sessions has been conducted already regarding this. So please keep in touch with them to raise your questions. So I explained you the entire process in a very short interval of time to explain it. I hope this session will be useful for you and it will help you. May Allah again accept your Hajj. And may Allah, once you will come back, you will come back as a new life, and may Allah accept, inshallah. Anything else, Sheikh Yahya?
No, thanks a lot for your time.
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah ahsan al-jaza.